Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and remember, context is everything. Media Network founder and CEO John Michael is watching a TV show. This TV show is called Twin Peaks, and this is my 21st time watching it. No spoilers here, just talking about stuff that I enjoy from the show here at 5 minutes in episode 7 of season 2. 5 minutes in, we have a new song in Leland's head. Leland Palmer is humming a new song, which is notably less catchy than the first song that he's humming. Keep this in mind. He's humming a new song in this episode. Keep that in mind. I guess I'll just carry on here because I've kind of let the video play. At 5 minutes and 30 seconds, and you watch the episode and then you watch this. That's how it goes. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. You have a couple of repeats that occur here in the prison cell with Ben Horn and his brother Jerry. Ben and Jerry Horn. First thing Jerry says to Ben is, "You look terrible." This is something that was said in the previous episode, just right the episode before this one, when Pete Martell sees Catherine dressed as Mr. Tajimura. He says to her, "You look terrible." And so "you look terrible" has been used in back-to-back episodes as a phrase. Jerry Horn says, "I'm so depressed," which is something that he says in his first scene in the first season. He says, when he finds out about Laura Palmer's murder, he says, "I'm so depressed." And he just said it again. It's one of his phrases that he says as a person in the character, Also, a notable thing about Jerry Horn, who's a great character. Not a good guy, but a great character. You can generally hear him before he comes in. I can think of 3 examples right off the top of my head of you hearing him in the room next door as he's approaching, like shouting something to somebody else. It's just one of his things, and this is another example of it. 12 minutes and 45 seconds. Leland Palmer is, he's really dancing with the devil now. And we know that he's the murderer at this point. If you're watching the show, we know this. And so you're seeing faces of a true madman. He's sweating profusely. And he's going from joy to sorrow to sadness to joy to whatever. His last face as the camera pulls away into the next scene is momentarily unnerving, which you'll see here with my obscured television set. That's right. That's right. And I'll just let you see that right now. He's going to do this face. And then he's going to do that face. And then he's going to do this face. Finally, this one, where he looks directly at the camera and is kind of unnerving. More on Ben and Jerry Horn, and this is because Ben Horn has been arrested for he's been arrested for the murder of Laura Palmer. At 17 minutes and 15 seconds, a great interaction where Jerry Horn says, "As your attorney, as your brother, and your friend, I recommend you get a better lawyer." Because he's not he graduated 142nd out of 142 in Gonzaga University in 1973. So he's not very well credentialed to practice. 23 minutes and 15 seconds. Something that I've noted that is a serious character feature of Hank Jennings is that he does a lot of sweet talking. I haven't really put my finger on that term, but Norma says, "Don't sweet talk me," to Hank when he's been missing for 48 hours from the time that he was tailing Cooper and Truman as they went into the the One-Eyed Jacks, and he got caught by Jean Renault. So that's an ongoing story, but he's been missing for 48 hours. Don't sweet talk me. He proceeds to sweet talk Norma, and it works. He's very good at it. He's very good at sweet talking, and that's kind of the thing that makes him a fun character, that he just gets into this like semi-sincere, apologetic tone all the time. At 31 minutes and 35 seconds, remember, Leland Palmer was humming a new song in this episode. At 31 minutes and 35 seconds, he's humming that same tune. The camera's going to cut to Cooper and Truman. He's also driving like a nut job. Camera's going to cut to Cooper and Truman, and Dale Cooper's going to be whistling the same tune. Now, what does this mean? All I can tell you is Dale Cooper in the first or second episode says, I had a feeling that me and Sarah Palmer had seen the same man in our dream, being Bob. I didn't go because I'm a strong sender. So he's in touch with things on a deeper cosmic level. So the tune found its way into his head. And he also said, before seeing Leland driving like a maniac, right before that maniac driving came into view, he said, Does Twin Peaks have a mandatory driver education program? He says to Truman, and then the moment next, he sees somebody who's in need of driver education. And lastly, for this episode, at 44 minutes and 50 seconds, a phone call stops them. So Cooper and Audrey, this is like a tender moment. This could develop into something physical. He did ask for, I very much, in his moment of near death when he was shot laying on the floor, and he said a number of things about what his wants and wishes are in his world. I want very much to make love with a woman that I have genuine affection for. And he saved her life. I don't know, he might. But it seems like they're about to engage. And as the leaning in occurs, the phone call rings, and another murder has happened. That's a mood killer. I hope you all have a lovely day. God bless, and goodbye. Please subscribe if you made it this far. First subscriber could be you. I'll give you a big heart in the comments if you do. Love you.